Battle to the death, fighting till I take my last breath, till there's nothing left of this flesh, till it's past tense. Got up on the fence, henceforth this intense. I was lost, now a friend, now a force with the pen for the Lord. Yo, what up, everybody? Welcome to Marrio Esco Live. I am your host, Marrio Esco, and alongside me is my good friend, co-host, Gil Vargas in the building. Hand claps for Gil Vargas.
What up?
I do have like that weird. I do have that weird pattern. You're right.
You do. Told you.
Like a robot.
Told you.
You were in line. Wow, good for you, man.
Here is my co-host. This is the Marrio Esco Live Circuitries.
Okay, all right, bro. We get it. All right, which one is the long hand claps? There we go. Let's get this. Let's do this, right? Shout out to our listeners. GH3 Radio. Yo, is it non-Christian that we have fake hand claps? Is that disingenuous?
It is. But it's only right because it's awkward without anything. 520
Radio in the middle of our shout outs to our I'm sorry, y'all. God's Music Radio.
Would you hear that? Or just dead silence? And
the Bridge Radio.
Company names. Just doesn't sound right.
Shout out to our YouTube audience. What up? Be sure to subscribe. Check out our new little... Nice.
Oh.
Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube.
Miro que nice.
Shout out to our Facebook audience.
Mira que nice.
Shout out to Twitch. Periscope. I don't know if that's the right way to say it. Twitter, I guess. The Unashamed Network audience. Gotify. Podcaster, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you hear the show. Shout out to y'all. We love you. Let's cut that out.
Yes.
Be sure to go to d2lproductions.com. You see it on the screen there for those that are following along. We got merch available there. We are in the process of creating new merch. We actually have the designs ready, but we want to. Am I saying too much? All right. Okay.
Always letting
Be sure to share the show.
You're a marketing disaster.
Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page.
Yeah.
Our YouTube channel. Sorry. I'm getting used to this whole YouTube thing. My bad. Follow our Me Live picks on Spotify. We update it weekly. We maximize at 10 and we rotate as we go along depending on what we play for the featured track of the show. Feel free to send your music too if you want to be featured on the show to music@marioesco.com. Hold up. I know we got some. And is to those looking at the screen right now, following live, we got
Do we know those white
the
hands?
number.
Does that make us disingenuous?
Listen, that's all I can find. we now have a number that you can call and leave a message and bug out, do your thing, let us know, leave a review, whatever you want to do. It's 774-243-0385. 774-243-0385. And no, we're not at that level, that corporate level where we can just, change it to like say Marrio Esco. Just, you know what I'm saying? Like our customized dope.
1-800-ESCO Live.
Esco Live. Yeah.
Man.
But Lord willing, someday.
Someday.
We'll flip it up. But yeah, we already got a few.
For now.
We already got a few messages, so we're going to play those a little later. But recap real quick. Our last episode, 115, past our bedtime.
For real.
and this is where I always scare our special guest. Yes, we got a special guest coming in. He's waiting patiently. He's been waiting patiently. Hearing this whole madness. Like what's going on, man? You guys live?
All I wonder is
this the real show?
Is their faces. The faces that they they must be making.
I know, right? We need a side monitor so we can see it. I'll do my best to follow the chat. I see you guys coming in. Go Yee, what up? Love you, bro. Can I send a Cash App request to that number?
Cash App?
You can try it.
Did somebody put their Cash App again in our
No,
comments?
that's Go Yee.
Oh.
Go Yee trying to make a buck, man. He knows, he knows what it is.
We've had people post it before. Post away.
Episode 115, past our bedtime. We talked about CHH artists getting a shout out from the game. Is that what we talked about? Is that last week? We had 5 in the building. Shout out to 5, man. We love you.
The man.
Talked about Kanye West going toe-to-toe with the music industry. a little bit about Ruslan, KB, and Amin Hudson dropping crazy gems on the previous Ruslan interview with KB. Definitely go check that out. Talked about Gil's favorite track of the summer, man. Justin Biebs and Chance the Rapper.
My favorite track of the summer?
Gil's been playing this on repeat in the car, man. Every time I be calling, man, I hear it just blasted in the back. I'm like, can you imagine this dude, like the cooler guy? Like in the cooler truck with his sunglasses on.
And the only way you can bop your head is left to right.
Biebs in the truck.
It's the only way you can bop it.
Talked about Passion of the Christ sequel. And played some feature music. 5, We Just Came to Worship, and Break Haven. So shout out to them brothers. Any of that interests you, go check it out.
The Jopp episode.
It was fun. But ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into it. Introducing our guests. Let me make sure I got the real hand claps going.
The real ones?
Yeah. There you go.
So is this an audience you're
ladies and gentlemen
right now?
Introducing Christian hip-hop artist out of Maryland. I hope you're still there, brother. In Maryland, I'm saying.
It'd be totally embarrassing when you look at that screen and it's just blank.
Formerly part of Christ-Centric, I think Wrath and Grace, but I'll let him correct me when he jumps in. He was also known for a little bit of back and forth with Lecrae at one point. Also on the Wado show. I'm not sure if he wants to bring it all the way back, but but if you don't know now, you know. Jopp is in the building with us, ladies and gentlemen. Jopp, what's going on, brother, man? It's a pleasure to have you with us, bro.
It's the J.O.
I'm sorry, bro. I had you muted. Go ahead, brother.
Oh, no, you go. I was just saying it's a blessing to be here, man. I really appreciate y'all allowing me to be on the show.
I like that setting behind you, bro. It looks fresh.
Appreciate you. Like the Pokemon, bro?
That's dope, man.
That's fire.
Yeah, man. Got some Pokemon. You know what, man? Let me go ahead and pull my mans out.
I didn't peg you as a Pokemon fan, but hey, you learn something new every day.
Fire, bro. There you go. Is that you?
Bro.
Is that Tupac?
That's Tupac, yo.
Is that two pocket size?
That's Tupac.
That's Tupac, man. Tupac in the building.
It's two pocket size.
Hey, yo, Jopp. Yeah, real talk. Real talk. It's an honor to have you on, bro. Before we jump into the convo, man, let us know, bro. How's life during this crazy pandemic and everything that's going on currently, man? How you doing? How you holding up, brother?
For real.
I'm doing good, man. By God's grace. I know that's so cliche, you know, God's grace, but it's a fact,
means,
bro.
Yo, your hair straight up bursted through your fitted.
It's the truth, man.
Like it's crazy times.
Yeah,
right,
bro. Nah, facts, bro. You see it, bro. Facts. I'm growing. The fact that I'm even growing my hair out shows you like how quarantine has been. You know what I mean? I usually
that's
have
what I'm saying.
So.
It straight up bursted through your fitted.
Like, you just look at me like, yo, brother, how you doing, man? You doing all right? Your hair's growing, man. Yeah. You sure you okay?
He's eating locusts over there. He's like, baptizing people in the wilderness,
collecting toys, stuck in the room. Like, you know what I mean?
That's crazy.
Different.
Became
man.
a Pokemon fan.
Yeah, bro. Pokemon fan out of nowhere. You know, so quarantine's been interesting, man. I can say that.
For everybody.
So are you still, I know we talked about it a little bit before, but where are your priorities at this moment during all this too? Like what? I'm sure that this have made you kind of like reflect at your life and reprioritize everything.
My priorities, man, honestly is finances. Yeah. That's one of the key, building my credit. I'm in the process of working on my credit, seeing scores that I've never seen before in my life. You know what I mean?
Dope.
And it's not even too crazy, but for me it is because I'm making progress, which I'm very thankful for. So just like finances, man, my walk with the Lord, man, just like my prayer life, and just trying to draw closer to Him, and not just because of the quarantine, but just in general. And obviously I'm a father. I have a beautiful 9-year-old girl named Nevaeh. I love her a lot, and just being a father, man, during this whole crazy climate that we're in. That's a whole different story, man. You know what I mean? I'm sure y'all can relate. You know what I mean? But all in all, bro, like I'm not even gonna lie, man. It's been a season where God has really been like focused. You know what I mean? Like this is your opportunity to really focus and understand what it means to really walk this thing out as a believer in 2020 in the United States. You know what I mean? So
for real.
Yeah, I was just saying, man, before we jumped on live, that at one point, like, I don't know if it's because you know, the algorithms be pushing stuff to people at different times depending on what your interests are. But at one time, it seemed like you weren't in my radar. I didn't really see much, and then all of a sudden, like recently, it was just like. That's why I wanted to get you on, because I'm like, yo, this dude is on fire. I remember at one point where this dude, I was about to release a track with you, and then I had to pull back, and I was like, hold up.
Yeah, I remember.
What happened to Jopp? Yo, whoa, hold on a second. Dude was, you were wilding, you were heated. I could tell there was a lot of aggression there, a lot of hurt, a lot of pain. I never really got to hear. I don't know if you want to get into that. I'm not trying to.
Oh, yeah. I'm here for it all, man.
Okay, so what happened during that time, bro? Like, what made you just... I know Seven gave you, and all of a sudden Seven got involved, and like this dude like reached out to you. I'm like, what's going on? So tell me about it.
So basically, in a nutshell, I just went through a season where like church just wasn't making any sense to me anymore. Just like, and so I'm the kind of person, man, like I wear everything on my sleeve, and I can't really hide how I feel, even if I try. I have like the worst poker face ever, man. Like if I'm feeling something, it just shows. Even if I try not to show it, people are still able to detect like something off.
Something off,
right here.
Yeah, you can't hide it well.
So, I went through just a lot of spiritual battles, man. And, I got to a place where I just got tired of fighting, man. You know what I mean? I got tired of fighting. I got tired of just sitting down and this is no knock to theology, but I just got tired of just sitting down, studying and trying to learn all these amazing, beautiful doctrines. And I just got so consumed in it, man. And people around me may think I was on fire, and I by God's grace, the Lord was doing this thing, bro. But in a nutshell, man, it was just like my heart wasn't in the right place at all, at all. And nobody could see it. So explaining it to people, it can come across just so typical and just another Christian struggling, and look at Jopp, he's wilding. But there was just so many layers to what was going on in my life, man. And you were going through it. Bro, I was going through it, bro. Yeah, for real, man.
You were going through it.
Yeah, man.
in all different kinds of ways, right? Like just everything that was going on. Did you feel like at that time, like, yo, where's the church at? Did you feel kind of like neglected, kind of like, yo, where I thought we were supposed to be family, or like?
Honestly, now looking back, to be as balanced as I possibly can for the sake of anybody who, personally knew me back then. I did have brothers who did reach out. By God, I know I had brothers who did reach out for sure. But a lot of, we're human, man. So a lot of our ways of interacting, it may seem like we're doing the right thing. It may seem like we have great intentions, but the delivery and the presentation is just completely whack. You know what I mean? And that's what happened. And so for me, it was like, does anybody know what I'm going through? I mean, not woe is me, but am I the only one that doesn't feel
facts.
Like going to church on Sunday? And
I feel that.
It's like, bro, I know we all go to church on Sunday, but am I the only one that's just like?
Or you're reading about dudes in the Bible that are struggling in like really like horrible ways, and you're like, you kind of relate a lot to this character. You're like, I feel this dude where he's at, like in the dirt, like in the ground, like just head down. You don't even got the energy to get back up and fight any battles. You not
at all, bro.
Yo, you done.
Not at all, bro.
Done. That's like rock bottom type stuff. That's like I'm one day away from being a madman. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I think that a big part of that too is like the culture is now been made to not want to share problems. Like, you automatically think of gossip. You automatically think of these things. So you don't share these things. So you feel alone. And when you do ask someone, yo, how's everything? Oh man, I'm blessed, man. The Lord has just been so good to me, and I'm just still walking in the graces of the Lord. And, it's just, everything's just been great. And you're like, well,
it's just the cliche, the thing that you say, right?
That's what I'm saying. It's just it's not even intentional anymore. It's just you just regurgitate it.
Yeah, bro.
But that's an unhealthy thing
with each other.
It's an unhealthy thing, because now your brother thinks like, oh, everybody's good except me. Because I'm the only one that got problems.
But through that process, the way that you presented that to us right now is that you said my heart wasn't in the right place.
Yeah.
And see how quick, man. Like I was like in that process, because I could relate to that. In that process, how many times were you pointing outside of yourself? Like,
facts.
It's because of this. It's because of that.
Every time.
And then you get to this point, right, where these things start eliminating, like they start disappearing. Wait, maybe it's not because of that, and you're only left with, oh, wait a minute, it's because of you? Yeah, you're like, hold on a second, it's because of you? And then you're like, this whole time I was fooling myself, blaming it on everything but you, because I was smart enough not to blame it on you, and then he leaves you with nothing but, yeah, I'm sovereign. Yeah, I'm the one. I'm the one who put you right where you at.
Bruh.
Yo, I'm the one who put you right where you at. I was talking to Gil about this too, man, about it says seek the Lord and all the desires of your heart will be given to you. And then I'm thinking about all the desires of your heart, and I'm thinking about what are the desires of our heart? Providence, what do we want? Safety, security. What do we want? Happiness, love. What do we want? These are the desires of our heart naturally. So until Christ becomes those desires, the one who provides for every single one of those, you will never receive the desires of your heart, all the desires of your heart, because they will always be wrong until you bow to every single aspect of your life, every idol laid down before the Lord. You're never going to find that happiness, security, love, validation. Go on and on and on and on and on and on. You ain't going to find it on Twitter. You ain't gonna find it on YouTube with vanity metrics. You know what I mean? Like, so anyway, I can go on and on with that. This is about you, brother. My bad.
I love it, bro. I love it, man.
This is tied. It's relevant because you're speaking on the spiritual side of things, but even on the flesh.
Yeah.
That documentary, The Social Dilemma, that's what they talk about. That they're manipulating people's habits. They're manipulating all types of things. You know what I mean? That if they know that it's a desire that will never be seized because of the fact that it's a carnal desire. They want that validation. They want that endorphin rush. Every this, it's all endorphin rushes. And they learn this, bro. They learn the behaviors of us humans. And they're able to capitalize it on the flesh side. Imagine if they had knowledge of the spiritual. You know what I mean? Like, it's already strong enough that they can tap into our fleshly desires. They've said it. They're like, we figured out a way to capitalize on people's desires, whether it's political, whether it's love, whether it's fame, money, whatever desire you got, you can get it through social media.
With that said, now, what made you, through all this stuff and everything that you learned, what made you come back to starting up the podcast Real Christian 100?
So it's actually my friend's podcast.
Okay, so you're the co-host of the show?
Yeah, basically. My friend came up with it. So we were going to podcast about 3 years ago. This is when I was fresh out of my season. Fresh.
Got you.
Raw.
Yeah.
And so I just learned so much, man, through that season. I learned how to deliver I learned about presentation. And I've always been pretty open and transparent about my walk with God, whether people agree with the things I posted or not. But I was just fleshing everything out in real life, man. But
facts.
My friend came up with the idea for the podcast, and I was like, he was just basically saying, bro, we should really do it. And I bought a setup in my room, and I was going to podcast for quite some time, but I just never did it. I just kept saying, maybe if I get the right equipment, and I kept getting equipment and just never did anything with it, sat on it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so I said, you know what, bro, let's do it. Let's do it. And that's pretty much where we're at, man. We're just, we're here and we're just trying to share like real, raw Christianity in your face, what it's like, how it really feels, and the struggles we really go through. None of that cookie cutter stuff.
Yeah.
Just like real raw, trying to connect with people, man, in real life. You know what I mean? Just really trying to hit
so
people's
is this going to be like a weekly thing? Is this going to be like, how long is the duration of each show? Like what can the people expect from the show?
Yeah, so basically, we're going to just be putting out, our goal is to put out a video every Saturday. Every Saturday, we're just going to put out a video. So it's going to be a weekly thing. Which I think, it's going to be, interesting, because I don't have any familiarity, I guess, or experience with podcasting. So I'm not really sure on the times to post or whatever, but either or, whatever the case may be, we're going to be posting every Saturday. That's the key. That's the
dope. Hey, listen, if you need any like pointers or tips or anything like that, man, definitely hit me up, man. Use me. I'm accessible. We'll make it happen. I'll show you how to do all the stuff, man, and walk you through all that. So go ahead. What are some of the things that you want to discuss? Like, are you going to be like touching up on trendy topics? Are you going to be doing like a Bible study, or is it going to be more so just like, how are you going to go about like picking your topics for each show? Just like trendy topics. Not everything is going to be trendy, but just like topics that you don't, I guess, I'm not going to say typically hear about, but topics that you don't often hear spoken about. Okay. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's dope. And I don't even know if it's something that hasn't been often spoken or not, but we're just going to be hitting stuff like hypocrites, hypocrisy in the church. It's just a plethora of different things, man. And fire. Yeah, so, is this only going to be on YouTube? Where can they find the show? For now, you can find it on YouTube. Real Christian 100. You can just type in Real Christian, Real Space Christian, Space 100, and it's going to be a picture with a clown mask. We have about like 7 or 8 subscribers. We just started, I think, like last week. So dope. Okay, we're in the works. Yeah, but you have like something like somewhere in the 30,000 something followers on Twitter. I mean, you gotta get that show up on Periscope, bro. You gotta like somehow feed it live to, because you could start. What I want to do. Utilizing the platform that the Lord built for you there on Twitter. You know what I mean? And that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. I do have a Periscope, and I know that like when you go live on Periscope, it broadcasts from your Twitter feed as well. Yeah. So yeah, I just have to learn how to do it. Once you do that, once you set that up, man, you're gonna definitely start. Those subscribers are for sure gonna go up, man. You'll see a difference when you do that. And of course, it's not chasing vanity metrics, but it's just you want the widest reach you could possibly get. Yeah, to make an impact and share the stuff that you've gone through and that you learned. Exactly, bro.
Another strategy is get involved with a lot of groups and don't post right away. Just start with letting people know you got the show. Hey, I got a show, guys, blah, blah, blah. Just start with just you saying it. And then after maybe a few times or maybe like a month, then start throwing a few episodes in every now and then. And you'll get people to check it out more. They'll share it more. But groups are key. Facts. That's a great way to share your content.
Now, you said you're still working on music as well. Is that stuff that is that gonna like tie into the show, or this is something that you're doing separate on the side? Not really. It's just, honestly, man. It's just me sharing, sharing how I feel, man. Sharing my heart. That's really it. Yeah. Dope. But people could still check you out for upcoming music as well. Oh yeah, for sure, man. Dope. And sure, where can 100%. They find you? Your links for that as well. Can they find you on are you on Spotify or? If you type in ThaKidd Jopp on Spotify, you'll find like features with other people. My album, the album, only album I ever put out, Bars and Worship. You can find that on it's still on Pandora. You just type in ThaKidd Jopp and it'll pop up. Fire. Yeah. I'm actually looking forward to hearing from you, bro. I haven't heard you in a minute. I'm sure that you've been working on your craft behind the scenes. Yeah. I'm sure you probably had a whole bunch of stuff in the tuck that you didn't release because maybe your heart wasn't right. Yeah. Yep. Or maybe you did release it and then I don't know. He said, yeah. Yo, so who knows what you guys could dig up, but it's a dope story. It's dope for me to look at from afar, and I relate to it so much, brother. And I'm just looking at your growth. Bro. I'm looking at where you're at now, and I'm so looking forward to you, to your endeavors moving forward with the show. Like I said, dude, I want to help you with that and your music as well, dude. And if you need anything with that, you need a feature. You need me to push the track. You need me to whatever, man. I'm out here making connects, building relationships. Marrio, Send the music my way, dude. I'll get it in the right hands. You know what I'm saying? We'll make sure that goes where it needs to go.
It's dope when just naming the name sounds like a dope track, like the Marrio, Gil Vargas, and Jopp track. That sounds dope. Just saying the name.
We'll do a Spanish track because I know you. Hey,
I'm with it. Do the Spanish track. I can get away with it, man. I'm with it.
That first one, we'll start simple.
And I'll get in.
We'll start simple. So the first track gonna be called Mira Mira.
We'll start simple. That's for me. That's not for you, by the way. That's for me.
Mark can't say nothing more.
I can't go beyond that. There's a Mira Mira. Hey. Mira Mira.
Yo, that's hilarious.
For everything. So. Like come over here.
I gotta go real slow with Marrio.
Or it's done. Mira Mira. Or like, go ahead, mira. You know, I use it for every type of emotion.
Marrio says that for questions.
Mira. Like it's just the way that you change the tone. It's like it means something else. I'm eating. Mira.
Or if they're asking him a question,
you know,
like mira, puedes coger eso. Mira. That makes no sense there, bro. That makes no sense.
Now we definitely got to do a track to that. That sounds dope.
Nah, mira. That's a fact. You know,
coming soon. I'm prophesying.
Coming soon.
I got one more question, Jopp, before we cut out. Is the album Joppa, is that inspired by you? Eshawn Burgundy, Joppa?
Nah, man, not at all.
I was like, yo, this dude is straight calling him out. It's like, what beat is this? I never heard of this beat.
You inspired Eshawn Burgundy? He was like, you know what? Joppa.
I thought the same thing, man.
Name so nice, you had to use it twice.
Song, make sure he wasn't taking shots at me. What up, bro?
Let me check this whole album.
Yo, Jopp, put that track on with the. I want to hear this track. The ear, like
it would have been super awkward if it had your silhouette on the album cover.
Oh man,
yo, but it's the kid Jopp. Jopp put the track on with a pen and pad ready. He was like, "Go ahead,
I dare. Go ahead, I dare you, brother." Let me sharpen my skills.
Ready, man.
All right, Jopp. Yo, we're gonna cut out, bro. It was an honor to have you on, brother. Anytime, bro. You know what's up, bro.
Yes, sir, man.
Hit
Always
me up,
love, bro. Yes,
I love
sir.
you, bro. Grace and peace, brother.
Man. All right, God bless y'all.
Take care. Super fire, bro. Head claps for the kid Jopp.
The kid Jopp.
Love that brother, man. I loved watching his journey. Real talk, man. I saw his journey. I saw, what he was doing. So super dope.
You were the one that put me on to him.
And I do have a track actually in the tuck. I actually have a track. I do. I got a verse and everything. Like, I don't know. I got to get permission from Wrath and Grace. Oh, what's this TikTok doing up? My bad. We ain't gonna.
Did you jump the gun?
Nah.
You did jump the gun.
No. We good.
Trigger fingers itchy.
We all set. All right, guys. We're gonna jump into the feature track. This is KB. Let It Rain.
Fire track.
Bizzle.
Enjoy this. Bizzle.
Featuring
Brizzle for shizzle. My nizzles.
Featuring
Bizzle.
Here's Bizzle. With KB. Let it rain.
Let it rain. Open the floodgates of heaven. Let it rain. Let it rain. Open the floodgates of heaven. Sing out.
Never finna change, take it to the grave, I'll be honest. We see the dead race here, another day at the office. Holy, I'ma burn for the Father. Gather around and fight against any Honda. Free, we the sons and the daughters. Remember him, let my name be forgotten. And he in control, and he got the soul, got the shows, Bow down, take a knee, that's what I propose, Homie, what your manners? No cap. Every nation's anthem, we'll have to kneel to Hosanna on. Lord now, been Lord then. Never waited for endorsement. Never cared about a Forbes list when you got God as your portion. Turn a cold heart into Mozart or the world stars to get world star. Your boy watch like Ozark, talking Jason Bateman. You wanna be like Jesus? Might have to flip some tables. Who is greater? I'll wait. You wanna make my day? I know Christ got the keys. Like he doing valet. Who my God can't save? That's a finger roll. Oh God. My God, it's all on you. Your throne won't end, your crown won't move. Come your way, reign over all your nations will fall.
one of those, no tie, no lie, no bow tie, faux mind, get to fucking like a faux five. He the first and the last, knew the ending from the beginning of your time. He the light and the sun, when he comes sunlight, it get no shine. So high with a low bride, made low showing no pride. Took a late stroll on a low tide for the lame folk on a boat ride. Came so that we won't die, gave hope to the same folk that were hating on him, he a dope guy. Most try but it don't fly. He the lamb and the goat, true and living God with a capital G on it. Me and KB lean on it, point blank period, with a T on it.
Dope, fire. That was KB featuring Bizzle or Brizzle.
For shizzle.
Let It Rain. Dope track. So today is it happening right now, Gil?
Yeah.
Right at this moment?
I don't know if it's this exact second, but today is the debate.
So today is
Trump
the debate.
and Biden.
With Trump and Biden.
The clash
apparently.
of the Titans.
I want to see if it's live. Here it is.
Saggy Titans.
Presidential debate happening right now. Okay.
The clash of the Saggy Titans.
Let me make sure everything's muted.
What do you mean?
I'm playing it live right now.
You gonna play it right now? Let's do it.
Why not?
Because we could
live
do
debate
it.
is happening, and we're reporting live as it's happening live. You've never seen this before. This is amazing.
Live at the Hills Nursery.
Only on Marrio Esco Live. Happening live. I'm watching it live.
We have patient 1 and patient 2.
Right now, the Trump debate is happening. It's pretty boring right now, actually. So listen, in between this little debate,
why are you
that's
using
happening,
that voice?
because I'm looking at the I'm looking at the presidential debate.
Oh, so you
I'm like,
presidential?
Listen, guys, as
I'm the moderator
as these people are talking back and forth in the virtual world. Because they're not debating yet.
You lost me with that voice.
Why don't you jump into our show and say what's up? And we'll watch it and cover it live with y'all. How about that?
When?
You want to do that?
You want to narrate?
Yeah, no, we'll watch
happening?
it live. We'll do it live. All right, dude. So what's up? What do we got?
All right, let's go.
All right, well, KB, let's talk about that.
Might as well. We just played this track.
KB just
Makes
dropped
the
an
most
album.
sense. His
Glory Alone, 13-track album featuring some artists, Bizzle, John Keith, Black Violin, which we're going to play another. He put me onto them. I guess it's a singer and violinist. Is that how you say it?
Hey,
and I think the singer plays the violin too. So they just have their little group together and they make music.
It's
so it's
a
pretty
one-man
dope.
band.
Yep. So they were featured on KB's album. So I was just, I got put onto them. I was like, oh, dope. We never did something like that before. Let's play one of this. Let's try to tap into their audience.
Let's try to
Let's use the algorithms.
The algorithms.
So, yep. Did you hear the album?
KB's, yeah.
What'd you think?
It's very clean.
Everybody's doing their.
It's very,
reviews.
very, very clean. I mean, it's. I understand why people are like, yeah, it's alright or whatever, just because. In comparison to the people that are out there like Lecrae and all these, it's the same quality. It's like it's very up there in quality. But I thought he achieved a different sound. Like I've heard his previous albums, and they didn't sound like this one, at least in my opinion. So I thought it was a new sound. It was very like, I don't know. It was like a better version, in my opinion, of like what Kanye was doing. Like he did his own thing with it, but it was very fresh, new, had a crisp sound to it. Like I enjoyed it. I don't know. It was crisp, maybe a little too crisp.
So what were people saying exactly? Like that he sounded the same?
Yeah, that was one of the only complaints that I heard that was consistent. But most people were like, it was alright, but they didn't really give a reason. Like I didn't like it because of this. It was very vague for the most part. At least the comments that were negative weren't even specific. I don't know. So
what I saw was it was 2 CCM.
2 CCM.
It's too much like in the CCM the contemporary Christian music kind of category.
Why is that a bad thing? Again, that's a very vague, negative critique because that doesn't really tell you anything. Yo, that's very CCM. Okay, so what is that bad? Is that good? Is that like something I shouldn't strive for?
I don't know.
Does that hurt my business? Like, I need to know why. What is that?
Because I guess people want more hip hop, like, you know that.
So you look at a sandwich and you're like, man, that sandwich is saucy. Okay, but that doesn't really tell me. Do you want the sandwich? Do you think it's gross?
Right. So I get what you're saying.
Like,
so it wasn't like a general. It wasn't like a direct, like, yo, this is trash.
Yeah,
it was more so like this sounds too much like this.
It was a good attempt to try to sound like CCM. Then it would have been like, oh, okay, that means it doesn't sound
as good. But it was just. It sounds like this genre.
It's too much CCM.
That's like somebody saying, this sounds too country, or this sounds too hip hop, or this sounds too another genre. Like,
how do you take that as a criticism? Yo, check out my hip hop track. Man, that's way too hip hop. Okay.
You have kicks and snares.
I thought that was the mark. At least hit hip hop. You went way too much in to the hip.
You hit the hop. You're supposed to balance with the hop. That's why there's a hip and a hop.
I don't get that. So how do you interpret?
People be making up their own stuff.
That's what I'm saying. So how does KB take?
You have to do the hip with the hop. Because if you don't do the hip with the hop, then you flip and you flop.
Oh. Yeah. And then he does the whole song. Hip, hop, a hip to the hip.
You got to have the flip with the...
That's how basically you describe it.
You got to have the hip with the hop. If you only got the hip...
And you don't stop...
Well then...
Then comes the boogie, bang, bang, boogie. Up jumps the boogie
to the rhythm of the boogity beat.
Simple.
Goodness.
It's formula.
It's mathematics. It's basic mathematics.
Did you not hear?
It is hip hop 101. What is wrong with you? And they don't even talk like that. Why are we imitating them like they're geeks in class? Like, this is hip hop. They're like, you know, like
we're talking about equations.
Come on, guys. You don't know the math.
Yo, you don't know the bang bang boogie.
It's 25%. No,
25% bam bam. 25% boom boogie. And then you leave the rest with the rhythm of the boogie, the beat.
Yo, duh. Goodness.
Squared.
Just because you got to be a rebel because it's hip hop.
Of course.
There's no chalkboard.
And only the dudes with the calculators go.
It's no chalkboard. It's a train.
With the square.
They're tagging the train. So, guys, let me show you the formula.
Why are we spray painting a
class?
train?
Let me show you because it's hip hop. Guys, all right. You see the square? Just tagging. Cops come. The class runs. So, guys, what you got to do.
So now getting back to the point, you can see how we can go through a whole tangent just on how ridiculous this comment is. That is way too CCM.
She's still teaching class. Everyone hold hands as they're running from the cops. Single file line.
And now that becomes a term. The cops are like, oh my God, those are so CCM.
All right, sorry. Man.
But seriously.
Okay, so
that's not a real critique.
He's too CCM.
That's not a critique.
Okay. I think they mean this. I think I'm gonna translate. I think they mean this. If you mix it with I expected more, because some people are saying I expected more. Some people are saying that his last album is better than this album. Some people are saying they would have preferred him to keep building on his last sound, but not so much in the direction that he went in. Mm-hmm. So you put it all together, it's like, come on, man. Like, we were expecting you to go this way. Like, that's all. Like, we were expecting you to go this way. When it comes to, like, the technicalities, like the mixing, the mastering, listen, do your homework. Like, if you don't know, I'm sure most people know, I hope. But this dude owns his own record label. Mm. And he is licensing his music to Sony.
That's crazy. That's smart.
He already has a license deal. It's not like most of us are shopping for license deals. Like, we're like, yo, can we get a license? No, this dude released the album with a licensing deal with Sony. Do you know what that means?
Yes.
With a license, there's an expiration date.
Yep. They can't do it forever.
You know what that means?
That all the hype they give to it, he gets to run with it.
Has a license deal with Sony, and that contract is terminated, KB walks away with his music. Yeah.
And
do you understand?
If he stays with them, and let's say they build his brand that much more, he gets more attention to those same masters. Once that expiration date goes, all that extra equity that they've put into his brand, he takes it with him.
Let's put this in perspective.
Genius.
He owns his masters from the jump.
Yeah, genius.
He's licensing his music to a major label or a major, faction of a label, I guess. Because it's not like Sony headquarters. It's like Sony, the umbrella that focuses on Christian hip hop. They do. Like Angie.
No, I know.
Is Angie with Sony?
That I don't know.
Oh, the prayer plug used to come up in here and correct us on all that stuff, but I don't know where he's been. He's been working.
I guess.
But so he's already ahead of the curve with just his initial contract. He's got everything that everybody's looking for. He went into the deal.
Oh, she's with Capital.
Oh, she's with Capital.
Yeah.
He went into the deal already on top. Like he's already, walking away with his masters at the end of the day. So that's number one. All right. First of all, he ain't just putting out music to put out music. Like this dude got business behind the scenes. He got real licensing deals going on and whatnot. Okay, number one. That's number one. That's dope. That's hand claps right there, and that's gems. Number one. That's respect and salute right there, right off the jump.
And that should be a tip for all you artists out there. If you're creating this material and then they sign you, that material. There's a reason why a lot of artists, when they get signed, they don't allow them to bring their music with them. They create brand new music under the label because under the label they own it. So KB flipped the script and said, "No, I'm bringing my catalog with me."
Yeah.
So all my catalog
and these are mine, by the way.
Yeah, this is mine.
You guys
can use it for this time.
And during that time, he's probably got
this package.
During that time,
genius.
He's probably getting he's probably taking he's the how do you call it, the short end of the stick.
But I'm sure that they said any new music created under Sony probably stays with them though.
No, it's a licensing deal. They're only taking his music.
Any new stuff that he creates under them?
It's all licensing.
What about new stuff?
That's the album he just dropped with them. But he's been working with them. That's his agreement. It's a licensing deal. That's what I'm saying. They don't keep that. When that terminates, they don't pump it no more. That's all
even better because I thought that was like all his.
That's what I'm saying.
Stuff.
He walks away with all his stuff. Everything.
Even new music.
That's the deal.
Wow.
That's the deal he has. He's licensing his music with Sony. So that means Sony, they only make money if they push that project. Yeah. So now they're using a machine to push his project that he owns the masters to.
Yep.
So when that becomes more audience, which is why do you think Homeboy went CCM? Let's talk about this.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this. So why do you think Homeboy went CCM?
If you're going to say that, then you need to tell me why that's a bad thing or why it's a good thing. Because
this
to me, I see it as a great thing.
This dude even has a whole Spanish track.
There's nothing wrong with that.
He has a whole Spanish track.
CCM or not. It's as long as you're providing a good product.
I'm surprised he didn't have a Christmas jingle in there too to go with it. Like, just nail all the marketing parts. Just nail them all. Like, you do Halloween, Christmas, Feliz Navidad. Hit them all, dude. Like,
he's like, yo,
this whole thing was like,
about that is that every holiday you go back to his album because he has a song for every holiday, every occasion,
and
you got a breakup.
Not to mention,
he got a song for that.
Not only is he securing the bag, if you will,
he's like a Swiss Army knife of CHH.
He really is. He really is. He's like, word, they're over here saying I sold out because I have this. He's like, nobody has that. It's like all of us are like, he had that. Cheater.
And even then he does
it's almost like saying sell out, because he he went there.
So somehow in his jackknife,
if he has the machine pushing his music, what do you think? He's gonna double down on that. I need to double down on that. You're gonna use the machine for what? The Christian hip hop community? We ain't even there yet. We just getting to know each other. We are nowhere there yet. I mean, as to some people, let me not disrespect. Some people out there are playing the game very, very well successfully.
Yeah.
Some people. Yeah. Some people have figured it out. But I'm saying the grand scheme of things. Like, It's only a few here and there that done figured it out. The majority of us are still like, in this little bubble, trying to break through and find our way through this thing. You know what I mean? Like
trying to find our breakthrough.
Everything's settling.
I want my breakthrough moment.
What is everybody doing? Like we're watching people mature into what they're supposed to be. People are like, starting radio stations, starting podcasts, you're watching people develop and become the men that God desires them to be. That's what we're watching. Christian hip hop is still maturing. We're watching it, bro. We're part of this whole process.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? We're part of this whole thing.
It's come a long way. Because
that's what I'm. Yeah,
there was a time where there was a time where I thought CHH would never, quality wise, reach like secular standards.
Well, we are there.
We are here today.
We are there. That's
and it's not someone who is celebrity, because a lot of people mention Kanye, but Kanye is already rich. So he got saved as a rich person. Of course, his album is going to be insane. So I'm talking about someone who didn't come from stardom, like celebrity. And, you could say KB did have some celebrity behind him because he was with Reach, and he built a brand there. And
he was smart. He made a lot of smart moves.
He wasn't like a multi-millionaire like Kanye that you just automatically know, yeah, obviously it's going to be insane.
Right.
Like he went independent, left Reach. So now you're like, ooh, does he have the same capital that he had with Reach, where Reach can just throw money at it and make this spectacular album? I don't know. KB's on his own now. Let's see. And so far, he's been producing fire. And at top quality.
Top quality, yeah.
That people are saying it's 2 CCM. Like that. I mean, it's a vibe. That's a compliment to me. Somebody ever told me that's 2 CCM, I would be like, why, thank you.
Yeah, it's an overall vibe that he put. It's like, you know what it's like? You know what it's like? I think I said this before. It's about like cooking. You know how some people are like, they need all the measurements to cook?
Yeah.
And some people are like, I don't need anything. I just go off of whatever I feel at the moment.
Thanks.
And the ones who just go off of whatever they feel at the moment always make the bombest food.
Mm-hmm.
It's all, you know what they say? How do you know? How do you know when to do? It's feeling. When you got the feeling for it, you just got the feeling, bro.
I got that feeling.
I got the feeling inside my bones.
It's so electric.
Yeah. No, we just break out to musicals now, like on the Marrio Esco Live. Like all of a sudden, the lights turn green and red, and we're just like, we just start dancing. Like, what's going on?
Stop the feeling.
Is this like a new segment? What's going? Goodness.
Yo, we should do that.
I got this feeling. We just talking about it. We just start freestyling the whole thing.
That would actually be fire.
So this dude, Applejacks, comes in.
Man.
Shout out to Applejacks, by the way. Friend of ours. One of the major problems in CHH is artists' media opinions of projects.
Yeah. Very vague. I wouldn't have said it that vague.
Kind of stirred up some
things.
That's my dude. The crew came in. I don't know if I could agree with this, fam. I think the major problem in CHH is artists taking the media fans' opinions as hating. Like, we can't not like a project. We are the consumers. We know what we like. But I do agree, KB's album is good. But that's it. It's good. And that's okay. Shout out to the crew. Yeah. Also part of GH3 Radio. We love you. He's all for it. So that's what's up. And That's Not Christian chimes in as well. We love them too.
All right.
Reverse psychology got him scared to say when, quote, it is whack out of fear of being called a hater. Imagine that. So people jump in to Applejacks' comment. And this is all stemming around KB's project. This is
in
all
that
stemming
aspect.
around
I can
that.
understand, and that's where I disagree with Apple. Like, I wouldn't discourage comments because you want honesty. If it's whack, I want to know it's whack.
Facts.
I don't want people to pat me on the back and give me the consolation prize. Like, no, tell me it's trash or tell me I need to work on it. Don't just be like, oh, that's good, bro. That's good. And in the back of their mind, they're like, that is the biggest steaming pile of garbage I have ever heard in my life. I just wasted 2.5 minutes of my life that I would never get back. Good job, Gil. Shh. Like, that's horrible. tell me it's trash right to my face, so that way I can go back to the lab and get better. So that's where I disagree. I think more comments and haters is never a bad thing. There should be more haters because is what drives people. You want to prove those haters wrong. If everybody just loves you,
I guess,
like just loves you all the time.
You know what?
Great times, and it's not genuine.
But you got to be.
There's always going to be.
You got to be able to receive it the right way in order for it to produce anything good in you.
True.
So you have to have the right
true.
maturity and the right lens to receive that.
But you can't control that.
But
you're gonna have
so
people
then
hate.
You can't. So then there's some things you got to work on, and this is why we need A&R. This is why we need people that invest in artists who understand this and can disciple the artists the way Christians are supposed to do, and help one another come up and battle through all this stuff, and give them that kind of mindset to help them think and process everything the right way financially, stardom, fandom, practices, business practices, all these things.
I think that's something the industry is really lacking in. Like they really have lost the value of an A&R. Because the A&R wasn't just about building up an artist.
Now it's kind of the manager.
Fame.
The manager kind of does it.
Yeah.
Now.
The A&R was also to help the artists,
develop,
understand the business mentally, to prepare them for what they're about to face and all that. Like they work with that artist.
Well, good
all
ones.
the way.
Not all of them. Good ones.
Good
ones do it.
But now they're like, there's no need for building up artists. We don't even care about those guys. Those people don't know nothing. We want the people who have big numbers, big views,
Facts.
And they're not ready. They're not prepared. They know their YouTube channel. They know their SoundCloud profile. But they don't know nothing about contracts. They don't know nothing about, the artistry of recording in a studio and working with engineers and working with producers, and they just get thrown into this. That's what the A&R was supposed to help them develop and help coach them in those things.
Facts.
So we live in an age where all that stuff is done away with, and artists is getting screwed. Like you got all this craziness. So Applejacks is on the right mindset. I understand where he's going with it, but I don't think that's a major problem because I think opinions on projects is a great thing, and it actually helps develop the genre. I think the reason why we've advanced so far is because of people talking crap.
Yeah.
And saying that's
I
trash.
get what you're saying.
And they're like, nope, I'm gonna make it better then.
So I think my biggest thing was like the bigger picture. Like, and I know I'm not the one to be the big. I'm sure you have experts out there like MC Nice. Shout out to you, brother. Who will chime in and break it all down to you and everything. From my perspective, thinking about it from behind the curtain, not as a consumer. Thinking about it, the bigger picture, looking at Christian hip-hop, the landscape. What did KB do for the landscape? What is he doing? And not comparing it to music, but comparing it to direction. Why is he choosing that direction? KB is talented enough to master any direction he feels like because he's sharp with his lyrics. We've heard him. People are saying his last album was better than his new one, his previous album. So he has the ability to double down on that direction, but he chose a different direction.
Yeah.
Why? So when you look at the the bigger picture of where he went, he got the licensing deal. He has his podcast bubbling up. He's making all the right moves. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's making all the right connections. And then he's spilling gems on his show to the creatives gems. About how to honor God with your talent. But also, he's equipped with the knowledge and the business end to show you how to license your stuff with majors, how to move through this industry, how to, create music that's specifically designed. I think he doubled down on the machine pushing him. That's what it is. He chose the route that he knows is going to get the streams. He knows when the pandemic is all set and done, where's the newest and freshest thing that we can grab real quick that goes good with what we have going on. That's fresh and hip. Who do you think they're going to go to? Get KB, because he can rock with a whole band with everything that he put out.
Yeah.
It wasn't too hard. I saw what he was doing. I was like, yo, brilliant. You're widening the spectrum. You're making the right moves.
I'm gonna say something real quick.
It's a great marketing strategy.
I'm gonna say something real quick. This is
Brilliant.
the reason why I say if somebody said to me, your music sounds too CCM, and why I would see it as a compliment. The reason why CCM is so big, it's very similar to the formula of why secular music is so big. And it's that it appeals to masses.
Right.
That is exactly why secular music is where it is and why CCM is where it is that it appeals to masses. When you get into smaller niches and you go down to hip hop, you go smaller, and you go to R&B and you go smaller, you go all these subgenres, it gets more specific, and now you only get people who are catered to that specific taste. CCM, it's worship. Those are like worldly loved music. Everybody loves CCM. It's a palette that anybody can taste it and be like, it probably won't be something that I'll rock every day, but I'll definitely buy it because that could be for my prayer times or when I get a victory in Jesus. I'll play it real quick. It appeals to everybody.
Facts.
So if you're telling me as a hip hop artist,
like a power walk, what was she?
Yeah, that was.
I got victory in Jesus.
I got victory in Jesus.
Did she just go up and down the stairs a few
with
times?
the walker, and she stopped and said, "Victory in Jesus."
I was thinking like a mom, like
or that,
like
right after
on a yoga mat,
like a brisk walk in the park.
Yes, something like that.
And she just looks at the neighbor and goes, "Victory in Jesus."
Yo, shout out to the moms who have victory in Jesus.
For real.
Putting that work in.
But you know what I'm saying? Like it's globally liked. So telling a rapper, someone who is very specific to a genre of people who love rap, you calling him to CCM? That means he broke a barrier.
Facts.
He broke a barrier. He made
they'll
hip-hop
probably argue that
more
it's
of a
been
mainstream, that it's
whatever.
palatable enough to enter the Holy Grail. But
well, I mean, when it comes to streaming and breaking through, like to like a stardom,
that's a great thing.
A stardom level, like pop.
That.
When you become a pop icon, and I'm not saying that's his mission, but that's what Drake did. Like Drake.
No, I'm not talking about KB's intent or anything. I'm just saying the fact that they compared and they were like, "Oh, this is
no." You're saying breaking in.
Yeah,
you're
I'm
talking
like
about
that to
Christian
me
hip-hop
is you're breaking into.
That's what I'm saying.
A new thing.
That's what Drake did. Drake found a way to appeal to the streets. And he found a way to appeal to Ariana Grande fans.
Facts.
And everybody's like, I love him. And everybody's, yo, I love him. Like,
really?
Everyone,
I've never heard a dude in the group be like,
yo, I love Drake.
I love him.
First of all, it's not Batman with a pistol. I love him. What? Why is Batman loving him? I love Drake. What? Drake is the man. Why? First of all, he don't got a gun. Somehow he listened to Drake one time and now he's just rocking with pistols. Drake ain't even hard. Drake is not even hard. Drake is gangster. Drake made me gangster.
Drake made me gangster.
If Drake made you gangster,
you need to leave.
There is a problem. Yo, if Drake,
you need to leave your suburb.
What happened to you? Drake
you definitely ain't in no hood.
Drake made me gangster,
and I live in the suburbs. Imagine that.
Well, I guess a different kind of gangster, right? Like,
yeah, I guess.
Mob ties.
Oh. I took someone's mail
Mob
and
ties.
put it in the wrong spot.
Gangster. Isn't that Degrassi? No.
Isn't that Degrassi? Every time, anytime somebody want to like pull his card,
isn't that the boy from
like,
Degrassi?
Isn't that the guy in the wheelchair from Degrassi? Like, oh shoot, he just straight up destroyed his whole career with just reminding people.
Do it for the city.
Do it for the city. If y'all don't know what that comes from, look up.
Do it for the city.
Interview with him on Funk Master Flex. That is the funniest thing I ever seen in my life. You could tell he just blew up. He just got it. He's new to the game. He's definitely new to the game. The only reason why I say this is because homeboy was way too excited. And he was really trying to make it seem like he was spitting bars and it was off his phone.
Bro, you're really going to tell this story? This is like dragging out, bro. What the heck?
What do you mean?
Let me get the... Yo, mira que te pasa, mi gente?
Because it's a fact.
Goodness.
And it randomly comes up. This is for the city.
I'm like, yo, we got to break it. I think we got to break out into a song. Yo, here...
I'm sorry, man. That was just funny. I had to explain it.
Yo, hand claps to KB for breaking into other genres. That's what's up. We love you, bro. Hand claps for Sho Baraka. I always thought that was a weird name. Every time I thought Sho Baraka, I was like, what does that mean? Like, show a picture of Baraka, like from Mortal Kombat? Like,
every time.
Sho Baraka. Where? No.
Sho Baraka. He wrote an album. Really? What does it sound like?
Sho Baraka. There he is. Show him. No. So, Sho Baraka has a book reveal. He saw that it was good. It's coming
I'd rather
May,
drag out a story
May
than say
20
lame jokes.
May 2021. Sho Baraka.
Show him.
Here I am. Secret character.
All pun intended.
There he is. I wish I would have had him pop up like in the screen. That would have been super
that
dope.
would have been hilarious.
Sho Baraka. And he did the move like,
Oh my God.
right next to him. There he is. Whoopsie.
That'll be the next time we mention him on the show.
Coming May 2021. Reimagining your creative life to repair a broken world. So I was looking for descriptions and stuff like that. I couldn't find much, but it sounds like that right there. That's it right there. Yeah. Sounds like it's about creativity, which I'm excited about. I can't wait to cop the book. I hope it is. I hope it is what it says it is. Reimagining your creative life to repair a broken world. That's pretty dope. So I'm looking forward to that. Shout out to him.
Is that a puff of smoke right behind his head?
You want me to show it again?
No. Oh, it is smoke. Ooh. Oh, it's a cloud.
Yep.
Very fancy show.
That's where the creativity comes from. No. All right, we're going to jump into a music video. This is a feature music video. Black Violin, One Step. Here we go.
Standing on a landmine and we're singing hallelujah. Thrown into the end times and we're singing hallelujah. Gonna take my for the future. Baby, take my for the future. One step to the future. Been down but I've been strong. Don't right when you turn wrong. Thought I lost, but I still won. One step to the future, step to the future. Been down, but I've been strong. This time it's a new song. Thought I lost, but I still won. One step to the future, step to the future. Future. Been down, but I've been strong. Never knew take this long. But this time it's a new song, new song. Gonna sing one for the future, yeah. I stood up when you stood your ground. I got up when you knocked me down. I keep on walking, one step to the future, step to the future. Can't hold me like it used to. Control me like it used to. Cause I know what you used to. No, this ain't what you used to. Step to the future, step to the future. Yeah. One more step, one more step, one more step, one more step. One more step, one more step.
All these high rises aren't affecting my tan. Only enough time to get some color. Even with all the high rises.
Super, super dope, man. Shout out to Black Violin. One Step, directed by Joshua Otis Miller.
Yeah.
Shout out to KB for putting on the song too, man.
For real.
And by the way, if people were on the live watching us crack up, it's because we were talking about something behind the scenes. Sorry, sorry about that.
Sometimes these conversations behind the scenes can
we noticed that
left.
it's kind of wild when we're like playing a music video and you see us.
I'm like, these people probably think we're laughing at this video, and this is real sad.
We gotta explain this. Like,
we should probably.
What is going on?
Yeah, we weren't laughing at the situation of the video. We apologize. It looked that way.
There you go. Got to be politically correct.
You know.
So stamp this too. Thank you. Timestamp this.
Timestamp it.
How about that? You better timestamp this. Huh?
Wow.
Got him. All right, so judge blocks Trump's TikTok.
Run and tell that.
Run and tell that. Home, boy.
Sure.
You don't gotta come and confess. We looking for you.
We gon' find. Yeah, we gon'
find. All right, we're done. Man, what are we doing? What are we, Gil? You can't be. U.S. judge blocks Trump's TikTok app store ban.
Speaking of that,
run and tell that.
We were just doing a TikTok video live on the show.
Yeah, were we? Was that a TikTok video?
What we just did could have easily been a video on TikTok. Are you kidding me?
So a judge in Washington on Sunday temporarily blocked the Trump administration order that was set to bar Apple and Alphabet's Google from offering Chinese-owned short video sharing app TikTok.
This bothered me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
So what does this mean? Like, is that judge
you can get he banned it from people being able to download it, I guess.
But the judge said nah.
And the judge was like, nah.
Is that only for Washington?
They put it back in the store. Like now you can go back and
for anybody?
Yeah, everybody.
So
but the part that got me upset is that the story of TikTok was talked about in like Congress in the fact that they have access to everything in your phone. Your phone is completely compromised.
Yeah.
Which is why Trump said he was going to put a ban on it.
I put a ban on you.
And now, well, literally, he was really trying to say that because, Trump is crazy.
And now
because he's like, I'm going to put a ban on you and somehow you're mine. Sell to this company right now. Like, how are you going to tell them to sell a company?
No.
Like, sell your company to Apple.
Do it with the Trump accent, though.
The song?
Yeah. I
put a spell on.
No, come on. I put a Think of Trump. You're always impersonating Trump.
Let me
and now,
my Trump
and you a singer. Come on, man.
Let me put my fake part.
We gotta beat the election, the debate. We gotta get them over here. How do we funnel them?
All right, guys, this is gonna be huge.
They're gonna be huge.
I'm gonna put a ban on you, and you're gonna be mine. It's gonna be.
So he can't sing at all. This is what you're saying. He has no vocal ability to carry a note. That's how he sings. Happy birthday.
No. And every song sounds every song.
Happy birthday.
Every song always starts with "This is gonna be huge."
It's gonna be huge. Your birthday? Oh, it's gonna be happy birthday. It's gonna be huge.
It's gonna be huge
to you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. That's birthday. Like happy birthday. That says happy birthday to you. It's gonna be huge.
It's funny because even when he raises his voice, it always sounds like he's questioning something.
Does he ever get mad? Like, do you ever see him flipping out? Like,
never.
I want to hear his angry.
He only
voice.
Makes faces.
What is his angry voice? Oh, it's gonna be.
That's all he does. He just makes faces. But I've never seen him actually like throw a hissy.
Throw a hissy. I don't think he knows how. He's too rich. He's like, what do I?
Pelosi, you're gonna make me take my wig off.
Jose, flip out for me.
I've never heard him.
Jose, kick that
yell.
over.
I don't
just has Jose do everything. Jose, break that over there. I'm mad.
I think that Trump is at that point where if he needed to yell,
Jose, you yell
for real. He just has somebody like just randomly pop out.
Just why is it a Mexican just comes out
and somehow it has to be Mexican?
Just a Mexican.
Dude, you're trying to add to the racism that he already has.
Just waiting in the cut. Pablo.
The thing is that how does he know when he needs to
waiting
yell?
In the cut
because he's like gonna get a taxi. He just goes. And they come out like, mira, taxi.
Singing impersonations here. All right.
Yeah,
TikTok. We're talking about TikTok. This is real news.
I think that's foul that they put that.
It's not fake news. It's not fake news.
No, it's not. It's not fake news.
It's not fake news. No, not fake news. This is real news. This is huge. This is gonna be huge. So one judge,
but it's messed up. They put they lifted the ban, so now more access to our data and more people, more data that they're mining that they can use for whatever they want. And it's not just the app's data. That you would think like, oh well, yeah, that's fair.
What
if you're downloading
else
their app,
what else is it, Gil?
You should be able to get their info.
Come on, Gil.
Cool. But they're getting pictures. They're getting addresses. They need to be stopped.
What else, Gil? This is a mockery.
This turned
into a Republican
Constitution.
A Republican podcast.
Like, I need a hammer. I need a hammer to make it official.
We have just become Republican right before your eyes.
And then I want to object to myself. Object, Your Honor.
I object.
Sustained.
Why do you become a Republican and you're a judge now? Like what? The judge actually blocked the Republican. Like the judge actually came in and said, "Yo, nah, we lifting that." Everybody can
but the
access
thing
this.
is that the reason that they said, well, one of the people who from TikTok said that it was irrational. What is irrational about? What is irrational about caring about the data that's in all the Americans' phones?
Can you see the thieves on their way outside with one of your couches and the cops are there and they're
You're irrational.
This is irrational. What is wrong with you? These people are overdoing it.
As they're taking the family's belongings out of his pocket, their wallets, their Social Security. This is completely unnecessary.
What is wrong with you? This wallet is mine.
You steal people's identity and they go in a tizzy.
No, you know what they're saying? What's wrong with you? You do it. That's what they're saying.
What do you mean?
That's what they're saying. Our government does it to us. So they're like, what's wrong with you?
Okay, I get that. Fine.
You do it.
A government does it.
Why can't we do it?
This is not our government that's doing it. This is China. They're straight up taking our information.
So we're completely okay with the U.S. government doing it. We're completely okay.
Yeah, but you draw the line when it's another country. Jeez.
Hold on a second. Let me see your outfit. Let me see your badge, sir. Oh, you're American. Here you go.
I draw the line.
As soon as it's another country.
This is way too many owners.
You will not violate my rights if you come from another country.
I'm just saying.
Oh, no.
Okay, it's wrong either way.
Oh, no.
It's wrong either way, but...
Everybody's doing it.
we're allowing a whole nother country. It's like, okay, when do we draw the line then?
You know what it is? It's like we
got to say something at some point. We
can't
just be like, sure, here's all my info.
Remember the California gold rush when everybody was running there? And they have to regulate that gold somehow?
Yeah.
Because it was Wild Wild West and it's first come, first serve. Everybody was rushing out there. You got to regulate it. That's what happened with Facebook and all these Spotify and all these. What they found out is they found the value of streaming, YouTube and all these. They found a way to put dollars behind a click.
Facts.
On actual, dude, this is a click on a computer and they translate it to dollars. They found, dude, that's like O'Hare on that video where he found a way to sell air. They found a way to sell this.
This dude is mentioning
ready?
Dr. Seuss
I'm going to do it right now. All right, ready? Click. They found a way to make that money.
Yeah.
This.
Yep.
Money.
Facts.
That's genius.
Super genius.
You found
there will be somebody
to make a click
at some point.
A dollar figure somehow? That's genius. So the way that the government now has access to certain things and they're tracking everything. Google is tracking it. You think Google is just within the United States? Google is global, bro. Yeah. You got Alexa in China. You got Alexa in the U.S. That's global information. That's global data.
Yep.
You doing it. Why can't we? You doing it. So that's the argument. Like, yo, that's messed up.
I understand, but now so because America's doing it, then we should allow other countries to just create apps and just take our data too.
I think it's
just a free market, open market, guys.
I think it's a step in the right direction when it comes to protecting your citizens.
That's what I mean. Like, I don't understand why they made it seem like it was a bad thing that he put a stop.
But I also think that
from them getting our data.
But I also think that that needs to apply for everything. It don't stop there. It needs to continue to apply for everybody across the board, not just countries,
I agree.
Companies, everybody. Like if you find a way, just like the gold mine, if you're hip to it and you know there's a dollar value behind it and you know where it's at, that's what it is, bro. Is that everybody's rushing to this thing that they found.
But now let me think of it this way.
They know how to manipulate it.
Morally, yes, it is bad because they're using data that it belongs to the people and profiting from it.
Mm-hmm.
I get that. But it's no different than every other business. The purchase of the cell phone, they made that a need. And now people are going spending hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on cell phones. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's all part of the same circle. It's like, it's all the same. So, but at least all those markets that do exist, at least the economy is benefiting from it and it's part of the circle.
Yeah.
The money is being funneled in. So China's now making mad money, but where's that money going? It's not like they're paying it to the U.S. It's not they're like, oh, thanks for the data. Here's your cut. That's the problem. At least these businesses, although it could be morally wrong, at least the money is still going back into the system.
You can't blame China for being a very smart government and also being very smart strategists as businessmen. You can't blame them.
Facts. But you also
can't
need
blame
to play
Trump
by the rules.
for trying to block it as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got to play by the rules. Trump ain't dumb. He knows that they're going to make mad money off of it.
Yeah.
He's not dumb. He knows that this is going to be huge for them. And now that
yo, this dude is such a Trump disciple.
Disciple.
He's even talking like him without imitating him.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that.
Adopted his
I wouldn't say that.
Dude, you are so Republican.
This
You're bleeding
mug
red.
Right here is the best mug in the world.
You are so Republican.
It's been tested.
Man.
It's been tested.
All right.
Scientists have proven it.
Since we on Trump.
It's made billions of dollars. Look it. And there's only 2 sold on the website somehow.
Since we on Trump, everybody's...
The 2 that you see here. Billions of dollars.
Billions and billions.
Billions and billions of dollars.
This is like right up Gil's alley of topic of choice. So Trump frequently paid no federal income tax in 10 of the past 15 years, leading up to presidency. He paid just $750 in federal income, and like, you think this is a political move? I don't want to go on and on about this dude's taxes. This is just something that's out there, and everybody's all up in arms about, whoa, this dude not paying taxes.
The fact that we're talking about taxes right now,
$750.
just to tell you everything.
Yeah, it's a political stunt, right?
It makes no sense why we're talking about it. And
well, you know what's dope?
New news that a very wealthy person doesn't pay taxes. If you know any, go
ahead.
This is not a matter of defending Trump. This is all rich people.
Trump disciple.
They do not pay taxes. If you know anyone who is wealthy, go and ask them. That's literally the goal. to not have to pay taxes, and they do it through writing off expenses, donations. Those are all write-offs. If you can prove that you have given more than you've received, you don't pay taxes. And that's easily done. Easily done. You and still live comfortably. Because if you're making $30 million a year, but you give away 25, you still walked away with $5 million. You know what I'm saying? And that's how the rich stay rich. It's okay. And I'm not saying that's the figure. All I'm saying is that's how it works. If you give more than you've received, you don't really pay taxes. And I mean, there's more, complex way of explaining that, but that's as basic as you can get it. So it doesn't surprise me. I wasn't like, Trump hasn't paid taxes. He's rich. It's common knowledge. Every single rich person was probably looking at that article and laughed. Probably like,
so then you're not concerned with that. You're just saying, yo, you can't blame a businessman on how to do business.
And the thing is, it's funny because a lot of people that's pointing the finger,
doing.
I'm sure if they told them, look, I can tell you a legal way where you don't have to pay taxes and you'll get more money and everything. You telling me what person will be like, nah, I'm good with that, bro. It's legal. You're not breaking any laws. You're literally using the law against the law. This is how it works. And you do it. And you come out on top. You're telling me not one person will say no to that?
Well,
everybody will be like, yeah. Well, let your tax person tell you that.
Well, the left brought out some heavy guns.
Well, I'm sure they did.
and now you got The Rock endorsing Joe Biden. How do you feel about that, bro? Did you see that?
Hey, man, he's entitled.
The Rock comes out, says, as a political independent and centrist, I voted for both parties in the past. In this critical presidential election, I'm endorsing Joe Biden and Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
So here comes The Rock. Obviously, this is you think you got paid for this? You think
he might have.
You think this is like, or you think this is him like actually?
If he did, I mean, he could be. I mean, and that's up to him. Like that's cool. Like I find it weird. You know, anybody who's a parent,
anybody who's a celebrity that comes out and uses their stardom for something like that politically,
it makes me question it too.
Yeah,
facts.
I mean, he could be like legit. Like he did a whole interview. You can go check it out. It's available on YouTube. He did a whole interview with them. The Rock kind of hosted the whole thing, which even that's weird. Like, what is going? What is up with this
again?
This whole thing is strange.
We're back to the Chappelle moment where we're like, I need to know where Ja Rule is. Like that whole mentality. Think about that.
Is it because The Rock is successful?
We're in a time where we're about to pick a president to be in the biggest seat in America, and we care about what these celebrities got to say. We got Cardi B interviewing Joe Biden. Yep. We got The Rock, Charlemagne the God. Why do we care?
Charlemagne the God? What was that?
Because I can't say that name with a straight face.
The God?
I can't even say that name as it's a serious name. Like Charlemagne the God. Like
it's little G.
It's a weird name to say out loud. I don't know. But anyway, why are we like, you know what I'm saying, listening to these interviews done by celebrities? Like the celebrities,
Charlemagne the God,
they speak for us or something. Like I don't care what The Rock thinks, or no hate towards him at all. But we're in a time where that's very crucial. We're talking about serious things, and why is The Rock interviewing Joe Biden? He's not a journalist. He's not going to ask the pressing questions. He's not going to really talk about the real issues. He's not going to question Biden. He's just going to be a big name talking to a president candidate. Mm-hmm. A presidential candidate. That's it. That's all it is. And to me, there's no value in that. There's no value in this interaction. Go talk to an award-winning journalist that's really going to be unbiased and talk about the good things, the bad things, and the middle, all together, unbiased. That to me is interesting.
Okay, dope
and profitable.
Facts.
So that's my opinion.
I like your opinion, bro. You seem to be the political figure of this show, bro. I'm glad that you're hip to what's going on out there and you do your studies. Apparently, I don't know what do you do? You sit there and like you follow this or what?
I mean,
like
yeah, I do. I just started recently because I never cared. Honestly, I never cared. I never voted, never anything, and then just recently.
You never voted?
Never. I've only voted no. I was gonna vote for the first time last year, and I couldn't because for some reason it didn't register when I registered. And when I went, they were like, "We can't find your name in the system, so we can't let you vote." So I thought that was whack. But this year I made sure so I can vote this year for the first time. But that's just because I looked into it and I started seeing, I started seeing things that were interesting, learning about governments, learning about all the stuff. So I was like, this is kind of cool, and I actually developed a taste.
You had a hobby for it.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this is like a hobby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically.
This is a hobby.
Yeah. I like it though. It's kind of cool.
Well, I mean, you're informing
yourself. It's like a whole new world
bro.
Because I'm like learning about all these different parties that I didn't really pay attention to.
There's a lot of people out there that don't know the impact of the wider scale of things because they're so fixated on their current moment, so that you can't think of that. When you think of governmental type, if you think of the government, all of a sudden my accent came out because I'm like, oh, they're gonna catch me.
Oh, they're gonna catch me.
Think of the government.
I gotta manipulate the algorithm.
All of a sudden, it like clicks back.
Speak country real quick. We'll go right on top.
No, I'm born here. I don't.
Beat the algorithm. Talk country.
Okay. So when you think of the government, like that's a beyond your moment kind of thinking. Like that's a beyond your. I mean, most of these kids are coming from. I can't think of the government. I gotta survive the day.
Facts.
I gotta survive the
Ain't
day.
nobody got time for that.
What are you talking about? So they don't understand. A lot of people don't understand the importance. Until they start getting older and seeing how it impacts their paycheck and their living and everything else. Then they're like, oh shoot. Then they wake up. But a lot of times, man, if you can't focus on remember back in the day, like it would be mom and dad, kids. You raise them up in a nice home and you pay for their college and they go to college. And then they get the career right out of college, and then they get married, and they buy their home, and they got their money, and they got their wealth. A lot of that's broken, man. Like a lot of that don't. That's not the way it is now.
Nope.
Which
is weird.
Most people are coming out of college over their head. They got to spend the next 10, 20 years trying to just pay that down. Like that's just the reality, man.
Sad. And the thing, and what's even more sad is that these kids are coming out with all this crazy debt, and they don't even teach you about finances. They don't even teach you about saving.
That should be mandatory, like a whole class on finance.
Facts. I mean, recently, actually, my sister-in-law posted a book that her daughter was getting into, and it was about economics, like serious stuff, like how to balance a checkbook, how to save, how to incur interest, and all that. Like it was like. They're actually starting. It was like cool to see a light at the end of the tunnel.
Right.
That they're actually starting to introduce this stuff, which is weird that they started with a younger grade. Like, you know what I'm saying? Instead of introducing it in colleges where they're actually incurring thousands of dollars. You know what I mean? That's a great place to start, is starting from the college level where they understand money and they're spending it. That would be a great place to start, but at least there's movement. There's movement in that direction where now you're going to have kids graduating with an actual healthy understanding of how money works.
Yeah.
Rather than, you graduated, here's your diploma. Now you got to work on this $500,000 of debt.
We set you up for life now to work for everything that you studied up on.
For real.
Now you are trapped, spending the rest of your life paying what you studied for.
And then the kids are coming out.
What a life!
Like, freedom! And then
right.
And the comes from behind and puts new shackles.
Yeah, right. Oh, and it's a federal loan? Yeah.
Yeah.
Vote for me. Political protests. Police crash with racism protesters.
Crazy.
Pushback on members in Portland, Oregon. So that whole crazy situation is still happening. Everything that happened there, the takeover. Well, I guess is this military? Like,
no.
Did they finally bring in the military, or
no? That's the police.
Because I know the police in Oregon kind of stepped away. Was it not there where they took over the police precinct, or they came back now?
No, they came back.
Okay.
Yeah, they have videos of the police.
Is it because Trump was like, if you don't get this in order,
probably
we're gonna send military out there to
not only that, but he even threatened to pull funding.
Oh yeah, that's probably what it was.
Yeah.
That's probably what it was. They were like, hold on a second, your paychecks are gonna be gone.
Yep.
You better get out there and handle business.
Because it's like, yo, you have a responsibility not to just yourself, the fact that you're in that position as a job, but you have this same responsibility to the people. And people's houses are getting burned down, their businesses. Not to mention, we were on a pandemic. Like, yo, people were out of work for months and months and months, coming back to a burnt business.
Yeah.
Like, that's not solving anything. I'm sorry. And if you're a protester out there that believes burning things down is the answer, then you're not a protester. You are a thug. You're looting. You know, that's not a
go to
real
Republican Guild.
It's just a fact. I'm sorry.
I got you.
I'm sorry, but you are not.
Go to Republican Guild. You are a thug.
That's a fact. I'm sorry. If you are I'm saying if you're a protester,
you need to get
believes,
a MAGA cap for real. You need to come.
I'm saying a protester that
cap.
believes destroying people's lives is making changes or bringing light to injustices. I'm sorry, but that's you're taking one bad thing and slapping another bad thing on top of it. You know what I mean? You're not going to see an open wound on somebody like, oh my God, they're bleeding out. Oh my God, there's a dirty rag. Let's use that to cover it. Like, no, you can't put something bad on something bad. Like, just common sense.
You cannot take old wineskins and mix them. No. Yo, that's scripture. Stop that, man.
Nice.
There's wisdom there, right?
You know what I'm saying? But that's just a fact.
I don't know if it applies. I'm sure all the theologians are like, I knew it. Heresy. Get him off the air. Somebody report to YouTube. You got cancel culture in the church.
Goodness.
Somebody report this to you. YouTube, this is heresy. YouTube,
What? I'm
This is
gonna
heresy.
tell.
They got to investigate. YouTube is like, what is heresy? What are we investigating here? What did he say? He said what?
Did he mean?
He didn't quote it right.
Did he mean Hennessy?
Did he mean?
No, he said heresy.
We have people with Hennessy all the
Is
time.
that a new drink?
People are drinking Hennessy all the time live. What are you talking about?
That new drink
Heresy.
That must be lit.
Isn't there a category for heresy?
No, that goes against
Ban his channel.
That goes against our Facebook guidelines.
No, okay, we got to stop. All the pastors are listening right now, like, having a like,
Facts.
how you call it, aneurysm? They're like, ah,
Who?
the pastors that are listening. You know, lucky dipping in the scriptures. No.
Yeah, you act like they're like like there's a senate of them.
Heresy,
And they're all like
I'm always
in
waiting.
thrones
I'm
watching
always
TV.
waiting to like come out the door and see
and,
like
and as soon as they see
see
something,
all the pastors from the southern
oh, the heresy.
Southern Baptist Seminary with pitchforks. Heresy.
What?
Like all the Southern Baptist pastors outside of my door, waiting to.
With
Bro, you gotta
pitchforks.
follow along, brother.
With
Come on, man.
pitchforks.
Bring him
You
out.
gotta follow along.
Come on, man. No, I'm
I'm
sorry.
the only one saying jokes.
No, real talk. I got a
Just
pastor.
because it's the Marrio Esco live show. It's my name on the show. You listen to me. I don't listen to you.
Keep it going.
The Marrio
You
Esco
gotta
live.
keep
It's not the Gilbert Vargas live.
Why you gotta come with the
Gotta remind
Spanish
him.
accent for this, bro?
Huh?
Right? Why you gotta yell at me with the Spanish accent? What is the deal?
Because
with that?
in my dreams, I hope one day that you'll speak perfect Spanish. Leave me alone. Okay?
Why you
Someday I will
My name is
look
on
up
the-
and I'll hear you be like,
Mira, yo me llamo Mario Escobar y yo estoy aquí para despulir
Actually, we could do that for the promo for the number. Llama,
See, that's where we messed up.
You know?
That's where we messed up. Because we were supposed to pick a number that all the last four were the same.
000.
It was supposed to be
It's like
7, 7, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4.
Yes.
I'm like,
000444444.
I'm like, why are the Spanish numbers always one number? It's like,
It's-
I feel
uno,
like
uno,
every
uno,
single
uno,
time they do
uno,
that,
uno.
they're like, we got to make it special for them. We got to make it just
Actually,
one
that's
number
genius
so they
marketing.
can remember it, okay?
That's genius.
You know how they are.
for like the Uno. Can you order Unos? What number is it? Uno.
Llama ahora.
Uno.
Una vez. Everything is one.
What's the number? Just uno. Uno.
What's the number to your aunt's house? Dos. Why is it
Oh,
right
wow.
after uno?
Dos. What's your cell? Tres.
All the numbers started at that house. All the numbers.
What's your home address? Cuatro. Oh, wait a minute. How do you live on Cuatro Street and your number is Cuatro and your zip code is Cuatro?
And he's responding.
right.
Try to
All
keep
right,
it simple,
stop.
Holmes. We live simple lives, bro. What do you expect?
How many kids you have? Siete. No. Hold on a second. Hey, I had to. Siete.
How many kids you have?
Siete. For different.
And he's like,
let's
wait a minute.
Let's stop.
Well, I have 7 kids and they're all named Siete.
We're talking about biblical times in the old age. Sorry. Let's see.
They're all named Siete. Well, there's Siete. Siete over there. Siete, raise your hand.
They all raise. No.
Siete, you know I called your name, right?
Oh, man. All right. So, there was an uproar again, speaking of protests in Louisville, Kentucky.
I watch these protests, bro, and I have to say, I have the way that they can literally fix everything. One fell swoop.
Well, first of all,
Because every single time I hear their protest, each chant is another track that they could make millions off of. All they got to do is add a celebrity to it. You know what I'm saying? Like one of them was mad catchy. I'm still in my head
hold on.
right now.
Are you going to say some jokes? Because I got to take
It's
this
not a
picture
joke.
off.
It's
Okay.
serious.
All right.
These are the chants. They were like, "Give me a B, I get that B, I get that B. Give me a L, I get that L, I
Is that
get that
real?
L. Give me a M, I get that M, I get that N. What does that spell? Black Lives Matter." Like that's a track.
Oh, really? I didn't know they.
That's a track. It's catchy. I'm still singing it right now.
There's a whole. Actually, I don't want to do this on this, but you want to talk about this real quick? You know more
Yeah.
about this? Can you
Oh, Breonna Taylor.
Yeah. Why don't you chop it up, man? You the political
the news
man.
got broke that the police.
Can you
officer
take off
didn't
your
get
Republican
charged.
glasses for this?
No,
and just tell me
this is what happened.
Okay, cool.
They're upset. They're upset because
Thank
the police officer did not get charged as murder because apparently the shots went through the walls and I'm not even sure how this was explained, to be honest with you. But she was shot because they went through the wall, so they justified it as it was collateral damage. They weren't like intending to shoot her. So I'm not sure.
So they're saying this life that is gone, no longer with us, was collateral damage.
Yes, because when they arrived, it was a no-knock warrant.
Talking about life.
Yeah, it's messed up. I didn't like the way they put it at all.
How do you
way it played out.
Breonna Taylor.
Breonna Taylor, yeah. The way it played out is the police officers came. It was a no-knock warrant, so they weren't even supposed to knock. They're supposed to just break in and arrest her boyfriend. And when they got there, they knocked. So then the boyfriend started shooting at the door because they announced themselves as police officers. They banging on the door really hard. There's testimony saying that they heard the cops, mentioning who they were and all that. And then gunshots started popping off and they returned fire. And according to the story is that she was actually in the hallway beyond that door when they shot through.
So they shot through.
And they shot her trying to shoot back at the person they were shooting at. So the officer did get charged by being reckless because he just shot blindly into
you're trained. First of all, these are trained. We're trained. So we took gun classes.
Yeah.
And they say you never even put your finger on the trigger until you're ready to blast, and
Facts.
you better know what you're aiming at.
Yep. Yeah.
They even go as far to say you have to know what's behind you. So even if somebody breaks in my crib, right? And I take my gun out to defend myself, I can't just blast wherever I want to blast.
Facts.
Like if I'm threatened, and if this dude is like passing me and my children are behind me, you know what I'm saying? I still have to be mindful of what's behind him in my own house. I can't just do whatever I want.
Yeah, because your bullet can stray and it can hit.
So if you can't see what's happening, you just let
hit
off.
Somebody crossing the street that happened to be right in front of your house. Anything. It could, an animal, like somebody's dog.
Facts,
like anything could be hit by that bullet that is going into someone. Or if you miss, and you can miss.
And complete out of, I say this respectfully, man, with all respect. Thank God it wasn't like a child, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, all respect for Breonna Taylor.
Breonna
How you
Taylor.
say? Thank you. I'm always bad with names, so my bad. But with all due respect, praying for the family. Obviously, any life loss is a tragedy, no matter what. Obviously, we celebrate life. You know what I'm saying? We want to preserve.
Sad.
We stand with life. We want life preserved and protected because we know who gives life. Everybody is made in the image of God, so we respect that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real.
We respect the creator who made life, who gives life. But in the situation, man, can you imagine a child?
Yeah, that would be crazy.
Like, you don't see what's going on, and then it's like, oh, shoot.
Because at least, with a child, they don't know better. Like, they don't know that there's this situation going on or that there's possible danger. Like, they're completely innocent, So that's like, it's sad, especially when you hear this stuff. And it's happening. It is happening, There are children being killed by gun violence. And sadly, those stories are not being told. You know what I mean? That's actually one of the things that upsets me. Is that there are children currently that are being killed by gangs and gun violence and all these different things, and they're not being talked about unless a cop is associated. If a cop is associated, then it makes big news. And that's not cool either.
Yeah.
All lives matter. Breonna's lives matter. George Floyd, all of them, but as well as these
all
young children.
Matter. Here he goes again. You are polluted by the Republican.
That's just a fact.
You're seeing all the key words. You're like,
it's true.
You had a judge outfit.
I'm just saying
a gavel.
Facts. I'm just saying
you had a MAGA cap. You're saying all the key words.
That is just a fact, bro.
I'm politically agnostic. All right,
we can't say only lives matter unless a big story is attached to it.
All the key words, man.
It's not even a key word. I'm just saying, it's a fact.
Yeah.
If we, especially as Christians, we can't just be like, man, if the story is popping, if it's on my news feed, we got to report on it.
So tell me straight up. Are you one who subscribes to you have to be either one or the other if you're Christian?
No. Be whatever you want. That's on you.
You can be on each side.
That's on you.
I don't believe you.
What do you mean?
I think somewhere in your mind you're like,
my
you
opinion.
A sinner if you
No. My opinion is a totally different thing.
Sinner.
But do I believe that it's the facts? Like, no, you have to be the. I have a feeling that I
got a feeling.
I feel that if you're a believer, there's certain things that you should look at before you vote for a certain party. I do believe that, but you vote how you vote. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's between you and God. Because I can't impose a sin that you don't believe is a sin.
Yeah, be careful.
If there's something that I believe is a
Jimmy's
sin,
in the house. Shout out to Jimmy.
And you look at me and you're like, well, I don't have a problem with that.
That's not Christian podcast.
What am I to say?
Be careful. Jimmy's liberal.
What am I to say?
Nah, Jimmy, you're right?
I can only tell you what I believe and why the Bible supports what I believe. Yeah. But at the end of the day, you know, that's the point of free will. You do what you do and answer for it later.
Whether
it was right or wrong.
I feel like that comes with a warning.
No, because it's the same way with me. I have to be careful all the choices I make because my choices determine where I go and the outcomes of my life and all the way to, you know, my relationship with God. You know, I have to pick up the Bible and read it. I have to choose to do that. I have to kneel down and pray. I have to research. You know, those are things that I have a responsibility to do. So same thing with everything else. Research, look up, and then make a decision.
Facts. That was dope. I think if you're too overwhelmed by everything, you can never go wrong with just diving into scripture. If you're way too overwhelmed by everything that's going on and you just anxiety is through the roof and stress is through the roof and you're just being bombarded with all this information, all this, it's gonna happen. This is what happens, right?
Yeah.
And now with media, you know, with social media, now you go. Oh, I highly recommend. By the way, what's the name of that show, babe, on Netflix that we watched about social media? It's on Netflix. It's a documentary.
The Social Dilemma.
Social Dilemma.
I
highly recommend that you guys go peep the Social Dilemma.
Yo, super fire.
Because it shows how these people manipulate you, and all they're trying to do is figure out your avatar. They're trying to build a perfect avatar that represents who you like, and all it does is it examines everything that you do on all your apps across the board, and it collects all the data and the information on how long you've been looking at a picture or what, and it finds all your interests.
You know all those conversations that you've ever had on the side, and people always like, man, I'm so sick of people
all that.
on their phones all the time, and they look like zombies.
Oh, they zombies. It's intended.
And you ever had those conversations with people, and you're like, oh my God, I can't stand it, especially when they're driving. Look this movie up, and it explains why.
Yeah, it explains why.
If you want to know why people are zombies and they're on their phones 24/7,
it's a fact.
This movie explains it. Yeah. And I'm going to let you know right now, just a little tidbit. It was intentional. Facts. There was no, oh my goodness, Facebook is a sensation. Everyone's addicted. It was all intentional. There was no ifs.
Appreciate you too, Jimmy.
Let's see what happens when we put this social media thing out. No, they knew exactly what they were doing from jump.
Facts.
Which is scary.
Yeah, facts.
That's what makes the whole thing scary.
So they know how to manipulate. They know how to do all that. So if it's overwhelming you and you feel that, yo, there's nothing wrong. You're not sinning if you're breaking away. You're not sinning if you. There's nothing in the Bible that says that you have to partake in anything other than your holiness and seeking God. There's the command. You know, and each man to their own convictions, because you have people that'll argue, well, you have, as a citizen of the land, you have a responsibility, and they'll go on with all this stuff. Well, good for you. You're intellectual. You got it figured out. Some people are struggling with trying to pay next week's bill. Right. Okay? Like, some people are struggling. Some people don't even have the time to even think about certain things. And yo, in those moments, leave them alone, pray for them, and let them seek the Lord. The Lord will lead you into all truth, and that's a fact. You can stand on that. So with that said, I think it's a dope time to close out right there.
Yeah, man.
And till next week, I think we got Timothy Brendo next week coming in. We're gonna close out with some messages that we got. We got a new phone line that you can call now.
Yo, call the line, man.
Make sure to call the line, please. Call the hotline.
I use it.
Here's one from our one of our brothers, close dear brother, Josh. Here we go.
Hey, Marrio, I love the show. I love what you guys are doing, man. You guys are out there doing your thing. It's great to watch every Tuesday. Listen, that Gil Vargas guy there, your co-host, he convinced me to get the Elon Musk chip. I'm going to get it installed next week by a robot. And if you want me on the show, let me know. Hit me back up. Bye.
I've decided to put the chip in.
So we got somebody who we apparently Gil convinced somebody to get the Elon Musk chip.
That's awesome.
So good job, Gil, for a sale for the Mark of the Beast.
I do what I can do, you know.
Good job.
Just Josh, let me know if you get any
We are
superpowers.
definitely gonna get hit. the super Christians are definitely gonna hit us on YouTube.
Let me know if you get superpowers, Josh.
Heresy. Oh, speaking of heresy, Joel Osteen leaves us a message.
Oh, Mr. Escobar, this is Joel Osteen. I just been watching you gentlemen and seeing that you've been living your best life now. And I don't want you guys to fall short of your full potential. So if you just sow a seed of any amount to my ministry, you can make the check out to Joel Osteen. I think God will bless you in the next week if you just sow that seed today.
Go.
And God bless.
God bless.
And God bless.
That's from Joel Osteen himself, ladies and gentlemen. Telling us to sow a seed and we will be blessed.
Sow that seed and you'll be blessed next week.
Next week.
He even knew the time.
So till next week.
Like, that's how you know it's fishy when they're like, if you sow a seed, we'll send you a blessing by next Tuesday.
By next Tuesday.
Tuesday at 4 p.m. Your blessing will be right there.
It's them.
Right
They send
door.
a check.
It's going to be a blessing in
told
your
you.
life. I swear.
I told you.
And I'm not even supposed to swear because I'm a pastor.
So go ahead and
I
sow a
swear.
seed. So go ahead and sow a seed and we'll see you next week. How about that? See the blessing.
That's the name of this episode. Sow a seed.
Sow a seed, all right? And we'll be blessed next week. Joe, making big moves. Yo, till next week. Love y'all.
God bless.
Grace and peace. If you're listening on the podcast, be sure to check out my Facebook music page, Marrio Esco 1. Again, 2 R's in my name, the number 1 at the end, Marrio Esco 1. Be sure to like and follow that page because I like to give updates on who I'll be interviewing and leave a description on what we'll be talking about. And I also like the real-time one-on-one back and forth interaction. If you don't have the time to join us on Facebook Live, be sure to check out my podcast. It's called Marrio Esco Live, 2 R's in my name. Again, you'll see the white silhouette of myself with the cross underneath. Be sure to subscribe to that and follow the link as well to whatever podcast you're using or however you're receiving the podcast, and leave us a review. We love to hear feedback. You can also hit me up at music@marrioesco.com and just hit me up with some feedback and ways that we can improve the show or the things that you like and enjoy. Any type of feedback will be highly appreciated. Grace and peace.